you think of the past. And too many fullness. Day after day. And too many fullness. Day after day. Your passion, take it from me. Ask you to you when to make yourself happy. Your passion, your passion.
What is good, folks? It is the KOA podcast. I am Sasuke the Savage. He is everything animated. What is good, folks?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this wonderful rendition of the winter season 2026. Oh my goodness, do we have a show for you today?
And this time we're full in effect with all the shows that we're going to be watching.
Yeah, some new ones debuted, such as Frieren and Oshi no Ko.
Yep. Season 2, season 3.
Yep. Gonna be an interesting one. Also, I see you there, David. Plunger? No plunger. Sorry. Hello, Decrepit Storm. Ayo. Welcome on in, as always.
What's good with you, folks? Anybody watching on the VOD? I feel as if we need to address this right now because, especially how last podcast is, this podcast is going to look a little weird for anybody who watched it. So C will not be joining us for this podcast. He has something that, prevents him from doing it on Mondays. So, just letting everybody know to be fully transparent. So it would just be me and EEA for this season of the podcast.
Yep. It's just going to be us. Maybe in the future, we'll just have to wait and see. But as of right now, that's where we're at right now. So that'll be that.
Yes. What is good, Ellie? Ellie, don't you got a stream? Oh no, you just in it.
Hey, Ellie, welcome, good sir.
You caught us.
You're doing.
Caught us right at the start. I'm not used to that.
Usually comes in at the end.
Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. It is 9, not 8. Shout out to Eagle though, since the chat apparently his chat can see us. Shout out to Eagle.
Hello, Eagle.
Props to you. Proud of you. I'm excited to see Empress Wars. I'm excited to get my deck, and I'm gonna show that off. I'm gonna show that off for real.
You're gonna show off your deck on stream?
Yeah.
Nice.
As well as fix him up too, because he's working on a game as well. If you aren't in the know yet.
Oh no, he showed me that game.
Oh okay.
And yeah, I told him multiple times I could voice some of the ladies, and he refused to have me do it. I said, but I do a perfect Rem.
Yeah, I feel like that's a little sexist. Are you saying EA can't voice a woman because he's a man? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be convincing.
Yeah, it's 2026.
We got this going on.
Yeah, but we're gonna get right into. I'm not gonna lie. This information will give you the blues. So go ahead with the jingle. EA.
Oh my god! Yeah, here's the jingle.
Let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
When you sent me this, I was more than depressed. But go ahead, tell the people.
Rent a Girlfriend. Yes, the Rent a Girlfriend. Season 5 is to air next season in April. Are you guys excited? I guess not. You know what's crazy, EA? I read like 7 or so chapters of Rent a Girlfriend on stream. Like the latest ones. What was that, last week? Yeah, last week. It was one of the most confusing experiences I've had. I honestly,
Is it that bad?
I didn't know what was going on, and not because I didn't have the proper context. I didn't know what was going on because it just didn't make sense. Like the characters doing what they were doing didn't make any sense with, because you don't really need that much context for Rent a Girlfriend. You could miss 50 chapters and still be on board and understand exactly what's going on because not much happens. But oh man, I read those 7 chapters. I think the best part of it wasn't reading it or even like looking at my chat. It was seeing like the hardcore Rent a Girlfriend fans, their comments afterwards. They were so engrossed in the story. And then like looking at the comments, I could get a feel for why that series keeps making chapters, why it keeps printing money. It's because these fans are invested in the girls. They think like Chizuru, Mommy, what's the other girl?
Ryu.
I thought it was like Rumi or Sumi and Ruka. Sumi and Ruka.
Yeah.
They think that they are their girlfriends. So whenever Kazuya does something stupid or, you know, cucks himself out, they just yell at him and they go, "If it was me!" And that's basically it. It's basically I don't know. It's weird because Kazuya's not a character insert, but he is like a character. It's like people don't use him as an avatar for themselves, but they do use him as like a punching bag for themselves because they just think, if I was in a situation, I would know how to. Yeah, but
yeah. I wonder if that totally makes sense. I wonder if it's just nothing more than just to show how to get a girlfriend, but Kazuya is the how to not get a girlfriend, and people that read this go, "It should have been me. Look, you're fumbling, man. I'm going to show you how to do it."
It's like the most elaborate rage baiting I've seen in a manga. I think that's really what it is. It gets people emotionally charged, and they just feel that they need to keep reading. And it's like when you get hooked on a drug and then they just make the drug more and more low quality. Like they keep stepping on it and mixing it with bullshit, but you keep taking it because you already did it till you're thinking like, I'm already this far gone. I got to keep going. And that's how it is with Rent a Girlfriend. I don't know how many comments I've seen where they were like, "This is ass, but I'm at chapter 300 or something. I got to keep going." And I'm like, "No, you can stop. You can stop right now." And no, it just doesn't work like that.
You don't have to do it anymore. You could throw in the towel. Also, I looked it up. It has over 400 chapters now. That is, I'm sick.
For two
disgusted.
For two characters who still haven't gotten together officially.
And what do we have to show for it? I don't like him, but I do not like him. I'm on my period, and no, I'm not interested. That's what we have to show in 400 chapters.
You don't even want to know what happened with Ruka. I might have to tell you that off stream. But
boy,
what is good,
also,
Ferds?
hello, Ferds.
Glad to have you. Appreciate everybody over the seas watching us, because I know it is late for y'all. It's got to be like what? Shoot. Like 1 in the morning, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Y'all are troopers.
Yeah, thank you for stopping in. And if you fall asleep, you can always catch the replay later.
Yeah, absolutely. Decrepit Storm said, "How to be around several different women all the time and not get a girlfriend in 3 easy steps." I don't know if I can call it easy with how many chapters it's been. It's like he has to. You have to try not to get one of those girls, especially with what happened in the recent one. I won't spoil anything, but oh my god. But yeah, Rent a Girlfriend, no bueno. But season 5 is here. Take from that what you will.
Welcome over the what is it called? Over the pond or whatever?
Yeah, cross the pond, as we say.
Cross the pond, yeah. Always down to support the boys. Oh, thank you there, Ferds. I appreciate you.
Well, you're going to like this one, because the first show that we're going to talk about for this season is none other than Trigun, Stargaze, episode 2. The reason I said Ferds is going to like this one is because he literally said that he liked this episode Said it was one of his favorites in the series. So Trigun Stargaze episode 2, we find out a little who Jessica is because we didn't know who this random black girl was. We were like, what's going on here? Why are you looking for Vash? So we found out that she is actually from Vash's hometown or home planet. I don't know if they specified that, but they're in trouble.
I think it's a home planet.
Yeah, I think so too. They're in trouble because seemingly the Gunko guns have attacked the planet, and they need Vash to, of course, fight against them. But Vash has got other plans because he's still Eric's. He's depressed. He's playing like 2 notes on the piano. He's not really doing it.
He's doing the Kanye.
Yeah,
where he's just playing that one song
for run away. Dun,
yeah,
dun.
that's a good song.
Yeah.
But yeah. This whole episode was just really, really good. Like, I won't get into much spoilers because, we're going to be spoiling it. What I'm getting at is, like, I won't go immediately to the end or everything, but yeah, I love this show. Reminds me again as to why I love this CGI Trigun series, because I feel like it does everything right. And it's not to discourage the original Trigun anime, because to me, it's a classic. I love the original Trigun. But I feel like this one is just taking the stuff that was maybe a little imperfect in the original series and making it better.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they do that with every episode. And this episode is no different. It's so well done. The pacing, just the beauty of it, and just so tragic and heartbreaking. And I love it. So good.
Yeah. Agreed. So for this story, this was a very simple story. We basically get Jessica, who confirms Vash's identity to Mr. Hopper. We finally got a name for him, which he already knew who Vash was, but he didn't have the confirmation to go with it, because we already saw last episode he was trying to get a little peck at his neck with the little knife, but he didn't go through with it for whatever reason. But this episode is where, once he gets that confirmation from Jessica, he decides to take it upon himself. And you can argue that he did it for the sake of Vash, or you can argue he did it to curse Vash in a way, because he just goes up to Vash and he's like, yo, listen, if you don't get off your sad boy arc, I'm going to kill this little girl. And Vash being Vash, he was jazz music stops. He's like, oh, well, I got to stop being depressed now.
Yeah, it almost kind of reminds me of what they did in the original series with Legato, and how he kind of had to force him into, like, either kill me or I'm going to kill these girls. But in this way, it was done again, similar concept, just very different, different characters. And it was very well done with that. Interesting weapons. He turns himself into like a missile or a bullet.
Yeah, just charges
those 2 arm attachments.
It's like the bullet from Mario Kart. Just shoots himself at him.
The bullet bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. That's cool. But yeah, he essentially snaps out of it, because he does walk there looking emo with his hair in his eye and everything. Mm-hmm. But as soon as he's like, I'm going to kill Jessica, he's like, all right. Yeah, I'm ready to shoot you. Protect this girl.
Yeah, and this is all because of the ramifications of what happened to July, the destruction of it. It got wiped off the face of the Earth, or this planet. This planet is not called Earth, actually, because I think I made that mistake last podcast.
Yeah, it's Alabama.
It's Alabama, but the official name for this planet, I think I think in a manga it's called I think it's called like Planet Gunsmoke or something in a manga, but in an anime it's called No Man's Land. That's what it's called, No Man's Land. Which is Alabama. But yes, Vash and Knives destroyed July, which we got to see with Hopper. Why he was so invested in it is because he was taking care of this blind girl for all this time, nursing her back to health, developing a relationship with her, and one that I'm pretty sure that we can just chalk it up as love. And
Yeah.
she ends up, being in July when that big fight happened, and along with hundreds of thousands of people got eradicated, which is why Hopper, who I don't know if they said this, but Hopper is one of the Gunko guns as well. So he was under.
Oh yeah.
He was under Knives. But
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's why he had so much animosity towards Vash. But again, you can argue, although he had all that animosity and whatnot, you can make the argument that he tried to help him. But in the same vein, you could also argue that he wanted to hurt him as much as he could.
Yeah. No, I could definitely see that because, I mean, he knew he wasn't going to kill him at the end of it. He does, and I'm talking about Vash, he eventually does like defeat this man by disabling his bullet bill launchers or whatever. Crashes, we finally see the guy without the mask, and handsome fella. No, I'm kidding. He was just some kind of... He didn't look too ugly.
Yeah, he's not horribly hideous, He's not
Right.
hideous enough to be like, okay, I need to put on this mask or nobody else would. No, there's just some people that are not that attractive. I mean, you'd have been fine walking into the bar with the exception of the legs, I guess. I guess they didn't really fuck with the
Right.
legs.
If anything, he needs to get a new dental plan. I think that's probably like the only thing. But other than that, he looks like a normal dude. Like he was totally fine. Maybe
Yeah.
just a black eyeliner or something.
Yeah, normal for
But,
this world.
Normal for this world. He essentially says, kill me. But obviously Vash wasn't going to do that. He's not in his nature. So he just takes the gun from him and puts it to his chest and basically pulls the trigger himself while Vash is holding the gun, killing himself. And then that's when he, says what he says, essentially you're going to shovel this burden, essentially. And this is your curse to live with. So yeah, that was, wow. That was heartbreaking.
So, and this is why I say, like, you can make the argument he was helping. To me, I feel like he was trying to, the entire time he was taking care of him, he was trying to find the best way to hurt him. That's what I feel. Because I feel like when he saw Vash in that state where he's like catatonic, he's just unresponsive, I felt like he wanted Vash to be full of life so he can take that from him. But once he saw Vash was in a way seeking death, he didn't want to give him that validation at all. So he was like, no, I don't want to kill you in a simple way of just slitting your throat or something. I want to hurt you in a way that you would feel the same way I felt. So the minute Jessica came into the picture, it was like, okay, let's see if I can use her to get to his actual heart. Because right now he's not showing it to me. So once he took Jessica hostage, it's like, oh, now this is the Vash that I really wanted to hurt. And for him too, the reason why he killed himself is because he felt like the world was complete despair. So for him, living was a punishment, in a sense. So like for him, he's like, all right, I don't really got anything to live for, but you're gonna have to keep living in this hellhole, and you just gotta accept it. So I felt like that's what was going on with this character. It's very interesting. It's very reminiscent of Legato, it's not completely there because
No.
Vash can still, Vash can say, I didn't kill him because he didn't pull the trigger. It wasn't from
Right.
his own will. So there's still that up in the air, but it was hitting on some of the same beats as, really getting into, like, really hurting Vash in a way that only Vash can be hurt with.
Yeah.
By, tugging on his humanity because he's too nice for his own good.
By trying to kill this Jessica girl, who, by the way, slept through a freaking fight in the middle of the desert. Where was she sleeping to where she wasn't even moving?
I don't know. He must have drugged her or something. I have no clue.
Yeah, because every time it like cut back to her as they were like, fighting, doing all this shit, and I'm just like, she hasn't moved an inch. She's just snuggled away, just enjoying her sleep and everything. But yeah, she did eventually wake up. I guess we could talk about Jessica because we did find out who this girl was. She's from Vash's home planet. They crash land. She sees Vash and is overwhelmed and like, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you when she first sees him. But he's doing the give it up for the assholes, just hitting that same one note. Just hitting that note over and over again. And then she's just like, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
And then she's even more depressed. Not only does she happy and overwhelmed that she found him, but now she's just like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
Yeah, it's complete whiplash considering Vash's personality. He's like a very bright and energetic dude. Although we brought this up, I feel like that side of his personality has been stripped down as to how it was with the original anime. I do think that hurts an arc like this in particular because we never got to see goofy Vash. Like seeing a goofy character like Vash be brought down to this state, that contrast I think really sets in on you. So for me, like when I saw Vash in this state in original anime, I think it hit a little harder. I do think they did better with the story that ended up happening afterwards, getting him back into the state of being Vash a Stampede. But I think this is where sometimes the filler actually helped Trigun, where it's like you could just see Vash eating donuts, being silly, dodging gunfire in the dumbest ways because when things get serious, you really understand, like it sits with you. Like the tonal whiplash will really have gravity and weight to it.
I agree. For a character to be that depressed after being this symbol of happiness, where he had a catchphrase where all he said was, "The world is made of love and peace," and would say that constantly, to be brought down to catatonic stage where he's just like, "What have I done?" Yeah, that's definitely night and day.
Reciting Kanye West, he's at his lowest point. But so Hopper ends up, killing himself. Vash is presumably back because we have Meryl and Millie who are driving and they hear on the news, they hear on the radio that there's another Vash sighting. So, that indicates that he's up and about again. And then,
Vash?
Meryl and Millie are excited and she's, driving, trying to get the scoop and everything. And yeah, I know this is no man's land, but if you were here, you would get sued out of your camera, your pants, your everything. Because she just hits Wolfwood, which Wolfwood is back.
Hey, Wolfwood is back. But for how long?
Yeah, he might be dead now.
He flew like 100 feet into the air and fucking just nosedived. And then just, Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
This is the real death of Wolfwood. Instead of what happened to him in the original, which was very great. I won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it. But no, this one, this is his new death, is just getting ran over by a horrible woman driver. Again, that's not a misogyny thing. Don't use that out of context there, Decrepit.
We are the king of misogyny.
Oh,
kings.
that's what we are now.
Yeah.
The kings.
Well, at least now they can write an article about his death. How we took down Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Yeah. Man, rest in peace.
I mean, he was an assassin, so like maybe they did more good than they thought.
Yeah. Maybe this was all meant to be. It wasn't just for comedic effect. It was Meryl is a savior.
Yeah.
And we didn't know about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so it seems like we're going to get the game back together pretty soon.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Ooh, especially because
this has been good.
One of my favorite dynamics in the series was the Millie and Wolfwood dynamic, because I felt like he brought the best out of that character. So it'll be cool to see if they can replicate that. But we shall see. So
Yep. I love this episode. Looking forward to more. Honestly, I don't think this series can do any wrong.
oh my god, I didn't have the topic on the entire time. I'm sorry.
It's okay. While you're typing that, did we talk about the intro last week?
A little, yeah, we did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like the opening. I don't like it.
It's very death. What is it called? Baby metal-y. It's very baby metal. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't like it better than the first opening, but I still really like this one.
Ooh. Yeah, that first opening is pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
It like that's a really good. I have that on Spotify.
Oh wow!
Like I'll listen. Like I like it that much. I have that one. Let's see what other anime ones I have. I think it's the first season of Vinland Saga. That opening was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Sink or swim. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I
Tell
have
me
Rumbling
what
and-
went wrong. What went wrong?
Ferd said, is the Studio Orange remake of the original or a prequel? See, this I personally believe is like a reimagining of the original. Like I feel like it's not a sequel and it's not a prequel. I really do think it's like a remake of the original Trigun.
Yeah, it is. So okay, so if you're into the series and you just watch this, I would recommend that you still watch the original Trigun. That's how I would see it, because I feel like you get another. I won't say another layer to Vash, but you get a little more characterization regarding like the silly parts of Vash. And then you just get kind of like some of the episodic stuff that happens in Trigun. This series basically did a prequel, because we got everything before the destruction of July, because the original anime basically starts you after the destruction of July. In original anime,
like right into it.
Yeah. In the original anime, Knives is out of the picture until like the last
Way
couple
later.
episodes. He's completely out of the picture. You get to see Knives, but isn't like in flashbacks. So all the stuff, you basically got a prequel with the last Trigun, but it's also changing things. Like Meryl, as far as we know, was never a reporter. That was never a thing. Millie was completely absent in the original or this Trigun. So yes, it's hard to say what it is exactly, but I personally say we just watch them separately. You can kind of treat it like Full Metal Alchemist in a sense where the 2003 Full Metal Alchemist does his own thing completely versus Brotherhood. So that's how I would treat it.
Yeah, and also Trigun is just a classic. It came out around the late '90s, and it was on Toonami, so it's like a classic, like gateway anime. So I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, I think you get two separate experiences with both these anime. I wouldn't just say, although I like this one better, I feel like there are things in the other anime that you would like more. So that's how I would do it. But
Agreed.
that about does it for Trigun Stargaze episode 2. Really good episode. Moving on though, we are talking about none other than everybody's favorite elf. Probably my favorite elf, I think. Yeah. Frieren. Season 2.
Yeah, because
episode 1.
you hate elves.
They didn't need to know that, yeah. I'm trying to rebrand.
I'm sorry. Hold on. That never happened. I know.
Oh, I love
You know-
those little dagger ears.
Yeah, they just poke your eye out, kid.
Stargate is going strong. Thanks, guys. Go to check out the original after the season. Bet. Good idea.
Yes, Frieren Fridays are back, and I must say, this was a good episode.
Mhm.
It was like how when you don't see somebody for a long time, and then like it's been a couple years, you get reintroduced again, you start talking and chatting, and you're like, it's like we never left, man. I bring it in. Oh, I missed you, buddy. Come here.
Yeah.
So that's how I felt watching this episode of Frieren. It was good, just great.
Watch KOA for misogyny and elf racism. Listen, I like Frieren and I like Sire. Oh, no. What did they? When I said her name in a video and they were like, "That's not how you pronounce her name." How did they say it was? They said it was like Zede, something like that. I don't remember. But
I don't either. Apparently, Stark isn't Stark. It's Stark.
Yeah, because these are like German names. So
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I just kept calling him Stark.
yeah.
But now that I know that it's Stark, I'm like, okay, my bad.
Yeah, as long as you know what we're talking about, that's close enough. But yeah, the Frieren gang is back. They're continuing their journey to Ende. I feel like they needed to say that. They need to have that little dialogue because I feel that with everything that happened in Frieren, people would kind of forget the actual main plot. Which is for because we were so into that whole exam part, the portion of the story that again, I feel like it's easy to forget, especially with how intense it was. That's why Fern got her first class. That's why she became a first class mage in the first place, because they couldn't go there unless they had a first class mage with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, the party is continuing on their journey. They stumble upon these magic nullifying crystals, which
Oh boy.
go for a lot of bread. But Fern, thinking ahead, says, "Yeah, put that back." I just like
One
how
this big apparently is worth enough to buy a mansion.
yeah.
That's insane.
I like how Fern is just like the mom who's talking to the kid down at Walmart. Like the kids just like grabbing toys. Like, "Mom, I want this." It's like, no, we don't need that. We got that at home.
We got that at home.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, that bringing that crystal with us, that's just gonna do more harm than any good. So yeah, just put that back.
I mean, to be fair, Stark could like carry it, but like he would be like far away from them.
Yeah, the issue is though, on a journey like this, especially where anything can happen, you don't want to take that chance, especially for like money, because they can make money doing anything. You just don't want to. You don't want to risk it. Because if they stumbled upon a demon and then the demon just, and they're not on go, that could be the difference between life and death a lot of the time. So I felt like Fur made the right decision not to take it, because they didn't really need it. It was just something that would have been It would have been really great, but they can make that money anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
But it didn't even matter anyway because then they fell through a hole.
Yeah,
of all those crystals.
Mm-hmm. And those crystals are so hardened because obviously you can't use magic to cut it. But even Stark wasn't able to cut it with his axe, and Stark is pretty strong. So that goes to show you how tough this material really is.
Yeah.
But the other property of it, other than nullifying magic, is that if you imbue it with your mana, it just turns into like the brightest glow stick ever. Which was kind of like a gag at first, but then kind of became a life-saving tool later on. Which now that I think about it, that's Frieren's whole thing, being like a life hack, a walking life hack.
She really is. I love how she showed them both like this is how it lights up, and as they were walking away from it, like many miles back, Fern was like, "It's still lit up. It's still fucking bright." Just a huge conductor that never runs out of light. I wonder how that would look at night.
Ooh, Decrepit Storm says someone pointed out if they kept the crystal, they would have fallen straight down the hole. They wouldn't have been able to float for a second, which slowed their fall. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, but then poor Stark got crushed by both ladies.
Yep.
He fell all the way to the bottom and then just boom, boom. And he's like, get off me, please.
Can't call him heavy either, because Frieren will remember that. Because she called out Stark.
Oh my God.
I don't know if people even remember when he said this, but she called out Stark for calling her old, which happened. I mean, in a real time, it wasn't that long since he said it. But like for us, he said that
early on.
He said that early, really early. So she's still to a grudge, and it's like you are old, Frieren. What are you mad about?
And also, Frieren, you know how she is and how life is just so long for her that everything is much slower, even though it could take years and whatnot. To her, that feels very recent. You know what I mean? Even though that happened 5 years ago or something, she's still holding a grudge. You did call me an old hag, and Stark's just like, he's never gonna let that go, are you?
Yeah. But this time it starts turn to play defense for the girls since they can't use magic. And we got a really good scene for Fern, I felt, where she talked about her feeling like she's like encased in darkness because she can't use magic. So for the first time in a long time, she's completely vulnerable and she has to rely on Stark to protect her. So I thought that was a really good scene. We got a couple of good scenes from Fern in this episode, but I thought
we did.
That was a good early one.
Yeah, that was really nice. They were traversing through this crystal cave, making their way through it. They decided to set up shop and rest. As Fern's talking about how she feels, like encased in darkness and everything, Frieren is just sleeping without a worry in the world, just with that wonderful face that she does whenever, I don't know, she's comfortable, or sometimes when awkward things are happening. She just it's the Frieren face at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I really like it from her because she really shows the utmost confidence in her teammates when she does stuff like that, because she's not doing that because she's just stupid or whatever, like she doesn't care. She truly does trust Stark with her life, which is why she can act so carefree. So like, because Stark was kind of off put by like, what are you doing? You need to be, have all hands on deck. But it's like, no, Stark, we think that you can protect us from anything that comes out. Until something comes out that he can't protect them from. So they decide the best course of action is to run away, which brings us to a little flashback of Frieren in the game or the old game.
Yeah, that when in doubt, run away, because Stark was very concerned about it too. He's just like, I don't want to, because he has that whole a little bit of an inferiority complex, but not like something that hinders him and whatnot. But yeah, they ran away because Frieren was even like, it's okay to run away, just do it.
Yeah, as long as we run away together.
Right. That's what happened. He literally carried both of them on his back and just running away. But then it goes to a flashback where, oh my God, I'm going to butcher all their names. But good thing we got a list here, so I don't have to worry too much. But yes, Eisen the dwarf, it just kind of like harkens back to where he's just like, why do you have the utmost faith in me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I mean, I trust you and whatnot. So they all just kind of like relied on each other as they were fighting a dragon in like a dungeon. And I swear Frieren always just looks the same, even when she's in her flashback, where she's just kind of can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Just that face. Even when she gets proposed to, she's just like, I think this guy likes me. I don't know. It's kind of happens. Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, Stark was going through the same thing as his mentor Eisen. So he, also, I mean, they take after each other. He's also a coward in a sense. So Himmel's whole thing was, if you want to run away, if you feel like running away, just run with us, and so you won't abandon us or anything like that. So that's what Stark ends up doing. And they end up escaping the deposit. Yeah, they luckily went through the right angle and slipped on through. And the monster, I guess, just gave up. He was just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll get a better meal.
A fucking deer's gonna fall in, and I'll just eat it when it comes in. Fuck it. It's stringy anyway.
Why does the dragon sound like that?
Because he's probably been there for years, and he's just like, I don't care anymore. He's like, I'll whatever. I don't care. Decrepit Storm says, another thing that people pointed out: Stark carries Fern in the same way Himmel carried Frieren in the flashback.
It's a good catch.
That would trigger it for sure.
Yeah, that's a really good catch. Especially too because Stark gave Fern the bracelet. He gave her the bracelet, which was supposed to be a romantic thing. Like we found out from Frieren what that actually was, but they both didn't know. So it's kind of like kind of reminiscent of Himmel basically proposing to Frieren without her realizing it. But in this sense, they both didn't realize.
Yeah, and I like how it showed both Frieren getting carried and how she was just kind of like staring at the monster, just like, haha, we're getting away, while Fern feeling defenseless because of the fact that she can't use her powers. She's holding on to that bracelet as she's on Stark's back. She's holding on to that and just kind of like being like, oh please get us through this, kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like in a way where she's just like having to rely on him, and that's her, like, when you hold someone's hand, they squeeze back to reassure you that everything's going to be okay. I think it's kind of like maybe one of those things where it's just like, please take care of us. Please don't get us killed.
I feel like Fern has a little Mikasa going for her, especially when we got the scene of her washing her equipment and whatnot, and she talks about why she keeps all of her material as pristine as she does, and it's because she lost all of her folks. So for her, having people like Frieren, Stark, that means a lot to her, but also the gifts that they give her, so she wants to make sure that she takes care of it the best to the best of her ability. That's why she keeps her staff, in great condition. She keeps her the hairpin and the
Like
bracelet.
brooch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She makes sure that it's always clean.
Yep. I mean, this woman loves being clean. She literally got a spell to always have her clothes clean. After she won it throughout the tests and everything.
Yeah.
But now she's keeping her, most precious possessions clean as well. Very clean person.
Much to the horror of C-Ray, because she's just like, this is what mages want to do. Back in my day, mages would want to get spells to kill like hordes of monsters. Now they want to wash clothes.
Yeah, I can just see that. She's just like, God, I hate these new sorcerers. Back in my day. I mean, she already has a hate boner for Frieren anyway. She's like, you're banned from ever coming here, and blah, blah, blah. And Frieren's just like, yeah, pretty much expected.
She's a big Tsunade though. She really loves Frieren.
Yeah, she does. But at the same time, she's just like, Baka.
She's just one of those. She's like a disappointed parent. That's what she is to me. It's like she wants her kid. It's like, I don't know, like come from a family of doctors. She wants her kid to be a doctor, but they want to, I don't know, they want to be a Twitch streamer or something. It's like,
right.
They still love them, but it's like, come on, you could be doing so much better with your life.
Right. We have a whole family of doctors, and you want to be a Twitch streamer and in the pool of all places?
Yeah.
How dare you?
She would probably make a lot of money.
In the kiddie pool.
Yeah.
more than the doctors. It's like, I'm making enough. See, aren't you proud of me?
That's not the point.
Yeah. You're banned from this house.
Okay. So the last thing that happened. Oh, wait. Let me read what the Crypt Store said. If a Reddit girlfriend character got proposed to, would their reactions be better than Frieren's? Would there?
Probably.
No, it wouldn't, because Frieren didn't react. In Rent a Girlfriend, if Kazu got proposed to, I think he would literally die. I'm not like, that's not a joke. I think like the way he reacts to certain things. There was a scene, and because I read it recently, where he looked at Ruka in like casual wear, and he was like, "Oh my god, she's so cute." He was freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, "Wait, isn't this a grown man?" And it's not like she was wearing like, I don't know, she's like showing off her body. He was actually going like, "Oh my god, she looks so good in that bikini, but covering up and leaving it to my imagination, oh my god, it's making it even harder." And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Jesus Christ, man.
So I think if he got proposed to, I think he would like, I think his head would explode like an airhead.
Yeah, that would be bad for him. So yeah, I guess the reaction wouldn't be as good. One day Siri will get sick of everything and start a mage calling game. Oh boy, do we
I could see that. I could actually see that though. That's the funny part.
Oh man. This will be interesting for fucking sure. So yeah, they get out of the cave. We see a little bit of feet fan service that, Frieren is so famous for, with the, like, because they were bathing. And Stark was like, "I'm so sorry, please." It's like it wasn't even that bad. They were just like dipping their feet in the water. And Ferd even still called him a pervert. Like hentai. It's like, what? I just walked over here. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm sure Stark was like fiending to get like a naked imagery of Frieren.
Right. This isn't Moroku from Inuyasha or anything. This is this is fucking right. Oh my god. Talk about a pervert. This is he was looking for fish. He was trying to catch some meat.
Yeah.
And then just was like, damn it. I saw some feet. I did not get some meat.
But yeah, so they end up meeting up. They end up meeting up with Werbel, and Werbel, if you remember, after the exam, he was trying to recruit. Oh well, no, actually, no. Stark did go with him for this like excursion that he had going. So he's trying to recruit
Oh, yeah.
Stark again, and
Mhm.
Stark is like, "No, I'm the front line of this group. I belong here. Not happening." And he's like, "I'm not gonna give up. Nobody says no to Werbel." He didn't actually say that because that would have been really creepy. But
I would have been like, hello, excuse me, what are you talking about?
but
And then you see the look of Fern whenever it comes to like them trying to recruit him too. She's just like, please
yeah,
don't leave.
because from Fern and Frieren's perspective, they're thinking that they forced Stark into this, and Stark, basically spills his guts to Fern, where he says, "No, you guys didn't force me into this. You guys actually saved me from making a horrible decision, which would be running away from the village when they needed me the most, because he was at his wit's end. He didn't have any confidence in himself, but." Frieren and especially Fern giving him the much needed encouragement to take a step forward is what got him to kill the dragon first and foremost, but go on this adventure with them because he was very stagnated. So, he shows appreciation to Fern, especially for getting him out of that. And he makes it known, I'm here because I want to be here, not because you guys dragged me here.
Yeah. And then Fern Stark was like, but you could stop being so mean to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then Fern was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll give you some head pats. And that confused the fuck out of him because he was like, whoa, she's being nice to me. This isn't normal. And then Fern was just like, you son of a bitch.
What do you want?
You like me when I give you attention. You don't like me when I give you what do you want from me?
But yeah, the Cripple Store said this Elf Pete fan service needs to be stopped. They do it with Z-Ray too. I remember I think it was more. No, actually, no, it wasn't more blatant. But I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah, where she's just like stretching her foot out and everything. You're just like, yeah.
Well,
you know what? That's at least better fan service than the obvious. You know what I mean? I mean, some people might say it's where I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I mean, the obvious when when it's like that.
yeah. It's one of those like take it or leave it things. It's not really distracting. It's just like, oh, okay,
It's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially the episode. It's really just Stark letting the party know, Fern especially, that in the same way that Fern cherishes them and the gifts that they gave her, he cherishes the group as well, and they all are here for their own reasons, not because they were dragged around to this point or anything. They're here of their own volition, and they all care for each other. Yeah, it was just
one
a
big happy family.
Yeah, it was just a reestablishment of the party. It's kind of like we were renewing our vows, so to speak.
Yep. And I love how essentially they were like, we go wherever the wind takes us. We do side missions. We do the main campaign.
Mm-hmm.
We do anything and everything because that's just our crew. And I'm like, yep, spoken just like true fantasy video game.
Yeah. They truly like take the detours that they need to, because the journey truly is more important than the destination for them. So they get the most out of being in the party than anybody, because they could have gone to end day alone or way faster than they got, or way faster than they're going right now. But they've taken their detours. They've done this and that just because it was fun or it was fulfilling. So
yep.
Moving
Absolutely. Sad that there's only 10 episodes.
Yeah. I know it's going.
But I heard someone say that that's where the manga was caught up. Is that true?
What?
Is that why there's only 10?
What? Wait.
Like there's only a certain material in the manga that you can cover. Like that's why there's only 10 episodes?
No, they have enough material. They had enough material to go for 24, for sure.
Oh, they could do it again. Okay.
For
Well,
sure.
maybe we can hope and pray that there's going to be like another 10 like later on in the season.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe there's going to be a second core.
Yeah, that happened with Sakamoto days. Who knows? Moving on though, we are now talking about
Boy.
Jujutsu Kaisen, the Culling game, part 1, episode 3. This is a kill or pass week. So, this episode was kind of controversial for people. As as you saw the thumbnail on I always fuck this up.
IMDb.
DB, yes. It had a rating of 7.7, which isn't a bad score at all. But a lot of people,
that's actually not too bad.
yeah, a lot of people were freaking out over the score, and a lot of the fans got defensive about this episode. Or like, you don't like this episode? You don't have to fucking read. You're just a meathead who wants all the fights. And it's like,
I saw so many of those when this episode came out. Man, nice to know that everybody that watches Shonen is a bunch of pathetic losers where all they do is just want fights.
yeah.
I mean, yes and no.
I think it's personal. I think it's reasonable to want fights in a battle shonen series. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Correct. I agree.
Now, should you expect that every episode? No, obviously
No.
not. But I do think the influx of information. I want to say this. I think the way they presented the information was interesting, like visually, because I felt like they could have made it a lot more boring. Like the way they had the diagram and everything to make it easier to follow along. Because reading this was not as great as it was watching it in anime. And that may sound weird, but yeah, I thought they presented the information well. It's just one of these episodes that they had to get out of the way because this is what happened in the manga. So I see why people didn't like this episode. Me personally, I was fine with it, but it was a lot to take in. But I do think they kind of made up for last episode with the Culling game rules, because they basically went over the rules again this episode. So kind of killed two birds with one stone. But how did you feel overall about it, EA?
Man, it's crazy because like you kind of discussed it last week about how the culling games work. I can't remember if you did that on stream or if you did that once we got off and we were kind of like talking about it. But I just remember you going over it and I was like, okay. So when they were kind of going over it again, it was almost like a refresher. But man, was there just like a huge kind of dump of just exposition when it came to a lot of things, like, you know, this is Ghetto, and this is who's taken over Ghetto, and this is this person, Tengen, and this is why this guy's important. And it was literally just them talking. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to watch. Not because of just like, oh my god, this is no, like to follow things. Like I'm literally just like going, okay, so who is that again, and why? So they're doing this. They're one person now. I literally had to like go back and kind of like watch it multiple times, and then C Tactics had his own version of it where he discussed it, and I'm just like, okay, this is a lot of information. It just felt like a lot to me, and maybe I was just overwhelmed because I was like, okay, now I'm lost. Like I was lost a few times as it was going on.
Yeah. Uh, definitely understandable. So
I'm a meathead. I'm sorry.
I feel like we all are meatheads to some degree. It's just
Mhm.
it's just some are more than others. But I thought the episode started off great because Yuji asked the question that we all wanted to ask, which is why does Tengen look like that? He just
What
straight
the fuck
up
does Tengen look like?
yeah, it's like he's like, so nobody's gonna ask, okay, why do you look like this? He's like, why? 500 years and I don't look like a model, a GQ model to you. It's like if you were 500 years old, you would look like this too. And it's like, really? I don't think I want to be 500 years old.
Yeah, I don't want to look like a blockhead with 5 eyes and all white. Yeah.
Is that what really happens when you turn that old in the series though? Like you don't like
guess.
wrinkle up, you just turn into like a tofu.
Right, you turn into a big giant block of tofu and you just that's how what you look like.
All right.
Man.
But okay, so a lot was going on. I'll try to break it down to the best of my ability. So basically, the whole dilemma right now is Tengen is afraid that Kenjaku is going to find him because he's locked himself behind a whole bunch of doors that Kenjaku is probing for. And he's probing for this because he plans to use Tengen as a catalyst to make the entirety of Japan sorcerers. Or it might be the world. I actually think it might be the world. But he wants to use Tengen's power to make everybody sorcerers. So that's one part, okay? Tengen realizes this and he wants to have protection because as it stands, he can't really fight against Kenjaku because Kenjaku has a direct counter to who he is because his body is more like a cursed spirit than it is a human, which, I mean, Kenjaku controls, really, Geto's power was to control cursed spirits. So, again, he counters Tengen directly. So Tengen's like, okay, bro, I need at least two people to bodyguard me, and they gotta be strong. So Yuji, I want either Yuki, Chozo, or Yuta. One of y'all, or two of y'all three, help me out. We end up seeing Yuki and Chozo the one that end up staying. Which that's an interesting lineup that he chose Chozo over Yuji because you would think Chozo would, or you would think there's an argument for Yuji be stronger than Chozo. But yeah. But I thought that was interesting. So
but we have to have Yuji fighting people.
Yeah.
We can't have him just standing there looking cool next to Yuki.
yeah, I mean, there's also the thing too. He might not just want Sukuna's vessel to be the one protecting them because that's just a wild card.
Oh, that's true. That is true too.
Yeah. So so yeah, Yuki and Chozo end up being the ones to bodyguard him. But they go over all the rules and why they're important, and they basically give motivations for why everybody's doing what they're doing. So I think in a big picture, what this group wants is to protect the people who can't fight for themselves. Because right now, a whole bunch of people are involved in this game that can't really fight. One of those important people being Megumi's sister that we saw in the wheelchair. Was that episode 2 or 3? Or 2 or 1? I forgot. Anywho.
I think it was 2.
Yeah. So they want to protect people like Megumi's sister. Because as the rules stand, you have to fight, which means you have to kill to still be in this whole thing. Because as we were explained, because we were questioning the rules, because the rules don't outright say you die if you don't earn points in 19 days. it says you will be stripped of your ability or something. You're stripped of your curse technique, which we see Shoko in this episode, and she basically says, yeah, stripped of your technique, that probably means you're going to do something with your brain, which essentially means you're going to die. It's a roundabout way of saying you will die if you do not follow these rules and fight or and earn points in 19 days. So
Yeah.
a whole bunch of people are going to be vulnerable because of that. So the whole plan right now is to do two things. Free Gojo, because he's Gojo, and 2, earn 100 points so they can or make a rule, since that's one of the rules in the game. You earn 100 points, you're allowed to add your rule. So those are the two big things going on right now, or at least the motivations for the good guys. Free Gojo, add a new rule.
Cool. Yeah, that's that was what we that's essentially what we got in this series. I don't even think we left this room. Everything was just okay.
Yeah.
No, towards the end we did, but everything was in that room of just it was essentially a Q&A session of just people talking. Well, what if? But what if? And what about?
What's good, Tortoise?
So, hey, Tortoise, the old god. How you doing?
The Cripple Storm said, I thought it was pretty engaging. It kind of got me hyped for what's next. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get everything on the first watch without rewinding the episode a few times. Yeah. Totally get that. Totally get that.
Yuji challenged his inner Sasha. Is that Sasha as in from Attack on Titan?
Yeah,
Sasha?
because he's saying, you don't remember the scene where Sasha said to Yonkapon, she was like, why are you black? She was like, why is your skin like that?
Oh, yes. She was like, can you explain? He's just like, this was just the color I was born in. Yeah, sorry. Like, don't know what to tell you.
He's like, this is how God creates some of his people, and because aliens have never seen a black person, so yeah, that was funny. Tortoise said, doing good, saw the new episode for JJK, and I'm excited for the stuff to come with the Culling games. Bet. So free Gojo. So going from that point to free Gojo, what they need is they explain it in a way where he has this back entrance for Gojo, but the back entrance can't be accessed unless the curse technique is nullified. So essentially, they need two things to free Gojo. They need this back entrance, which Tengen is going to provide them with, but they also need someone to nullify a curse technique, which we find out the person who can do this is a character that we've never seen before until now, because her abilities got awakened on that Halloween, which is Hana Kurusu, aka Angel. So they need her to help nullify this curse technique so they can free Gojo from the prison realm. Yep.
You follow it?
Yeah,
you understand, guys? All right, cool.
And on top of that, Maki is going to the Zeni clan to get her tools. To get her curse tools, because she's gearing up to fight. That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And Megami and Yuji are supposed to be the ones who are trying to get Angel, but as well, they're trying to recruit a new member. Not really new, but I guess new
Since
to us.
Nobaru's dead.
Don't remind me. Still too soon. They are to recruit the last member of the school, which is Hikari. He is the other student that we didn't get any. We knew about him, but we never actually saw him. So they are to recruit him, and he was suspended, which kind of indicates he might be like a bit of a problem child. We're not exactly sure, but they are to recruit him because according to Yuta, he says this guy is stronger than himself, which Maki doesn't really believe that. She's like, yeah, you're just lying. But I guess we'll see. There's got to be a reason he said that at least.
Yeah. The Griffin Storm says, and Gojo was responsible for the destruction or loss of the two other things that could free him.
Yeah.
Damn.
I thought it was interesting though, like the reason, at least how it was explained, the reason why things got into motion was because of Toji. Like Toji being like this X factor, a person who wasn't a sorcerer, who just made these heavily packs, was able to, fight as hard as he did, be as powerful as he was. He's the reason why things really got set into motion because he was such an anomaly. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is all Toji's fault.
In a sense, but it's also can I also say it's Gojo's fault in a sense too? I guess I can't say it's Gojo's fault.
He should have killed the guy. He should have killed the guy when he had the chance, but he didn't. He's just like, ghetto, whatever.
Tengen said Angel was from 1,000 years ago. I don't even remember that. And I've read this series before and just watched it today. And I still don't remember that.
Wow. So she's super old.
Yeah. She doesn't look a day over the 25. Two.
I don't know. Isn't she like a lolly looking girl?
Lolly. She has like that bubbly face, but I wouldn't say a lolly. I don't think.
She's just 1,000 years old and looks like a high school student. Got it.
Yeah, that's typical.
Okay.
But what else? I was going to bring up something regarding I do not remember it now. Yeah, I don't remember it now. But yeah, that's what these guys need to free Gojo. So everybody is off doing their own thing. Yuki and Chozo have their assignments. Guard Tengen, Yuji, Megami, look for Akari, and then later Angel, and then Maki get her curse tool so she can be involved in the fight. And Yuta is going off on his own as well to fight because he's going to start this immediately. And currently they only have 10 days and a couple hours until Megami's sister has to earn points or else she's dead.
Yeah, that's awful. Speaking of awful, we get a comedian at the end of the episode that, as you put it, gets fired for being a trash comedian. Oh, his name is Takaba. Takaba. I was almost saying Tabaki, but yeah, that's the man. I guess he's someone that's gonna be in the Culling games too now.
Yeah. Takaba joins the Culling games.
Yeah, I'm gonna say have no idea what he's gonna do or how important this guy's gonna be, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
maybe.
Crepustorm says,
we find out?
I think she's one of the ancient sorcerers that were basically summoned by to the present day by Kenjaku. It's just something I happen to remember. There were some other things confused on as well. EA's reaction to Yuki stand behind.
How did you know?
I mean, but that means, hey, EA, she was acknowledged by Tengen to be one of the strong ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I've yet to see what makes this woman strong. Other than just, hey, we want to point blame. Toji, fault. Gojo, fault. Yuki's another one. No. But no, but I'm waiting to see what she can do, because all we're getting right now is just nothing but just, yeah, she's kind of strong. Look at how strong she is, just standing there.
All right.
Does she do anything else other than just stand and sit on a couch?
Us Yuki fans, whenever she has her showing, and you start to regret what you said about her, we're not going to save you a seat.
Oh, wait, a seat to what?
The fan club.
The Yuki fan club?
Yep. You're not invited.
Damn. I guess I'm gonna have to wait to see what happens, because I'm about to eat my words apparently when Yuki finally wakes up and does something.
I'm not really a Yuki fan, so hey.
Oh, okay, just the fans in general.
Yeah. But
yeah,
that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
so that means this is a Killer Pass episode.
Yeah. I'll say for me, this was a lot to take in. I do think the anime did a good job with it, though. Me knowing the source material and how it was presented there versus how we got to things here, I just felt like the information was presented better. For me, it was a lot easier to follow than it was in the manga. But I think the sheer amount of information is overwhelming. That's not the anime's fault, though.
Yeah.
But if you're watching the anime,
No.
if you're only watching the anime, you can only judge it by the anime. So for me, this episode was weaker than the other two, but I do think it did some good. For me, I think the parts that I got hyped for was first Maki going to get her tools, and Yuji and Megami going to go to Hikari. But both of those things are because I kind of already know how it's going to turn out. But I feel like you guys should be hyped for that, because it's a lot of interesting plot lines that come with this.
Well, on that note, then, because I mean, gut feeling I would kill it just because of that damn episode alone. But something tells me that because we got that information, that these next episodes are going to be pretty good animation wise. We're going to get some fight. It's called the Culling games. We're going to get some cool fights. We're going to get some sick animation. I saw online today that there's actually going to be a recap episode in the middle of the Culling games. And I'm like, why? Why?
I would be disappointed.
Has there ever been a recap episode in JJK?
Not as far as I'm aware. No.
But they're gonna put one in there with the Culling games. I mean, maybe the recap episode's gonna be about. Well, if you didn't follow the rules the first time, here it is again in super slow motion in bright, beautiful colors.
They make an actual PowerPoint presentation.
Oh my god. It's like, we fucked it up. They gave us a 7.7 on IMDb. Let's try it again. But no, I want to see where this goes. I don't think, I mean, unless they botch it really bad. I mean, I know you know what's coming. I don't. But, you know, unless they botch this up really bad, I can't see myself killing it. But, I mean, like I said, initially I want to, but because you're going to pass it, it doesn't even matter anyway. So,
Yeah.
like, I could just say kill it just to say kill it, but we're going to watch it next week anyway. But looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Yeah. Yeah. Me tuned. We are getting some good. I am kind of like, although I'm kind of down on this arc in comparison to the Shibuya, there are some really incredible things that happen in this arc, and we're going to get some stuff soon. So,
Nice.
yeah, I think this is a pass for me. So, moving to the screen. It's been a while since I've done this.
They just aired this episode.
Oh no, you're good. They couldn't hear you.
Okay.
All right. Also, I need to move this right there because I had the thing in front of it. Okay. All right. Welcome back, Ellie. We are
welcome
on
back.
the last episode of tonight, which is none other than Oshi no Ko, Season 3, Episode 1. I got some interesting things to say about this episode, so I kind of want you to kick things off if you're willing to.
I think I might know what they'll be about, so I'll keep my mouth shut. But yeah, this was a pretty, I wouldn't say it was bad. I wouldn't say that it was like super amazing or anything, but it was pretty solid. You know, it was an episode that kind of furthers the whole plot. I've always said this about the series, that I enjoy just how pretty accurate they are when it comes to the whole entertainment realm, especially like the Japanese entertainment realm, and just how it looks and how everything just is. I've always been a fan of that. But overall, solid. I did kind of have an issue with a certain character who maybe you had a certain issue with a certain character, but it was just so random. It was almost
Me?
yes, you.
I never have issues with any characters. I just, I love everybody.
You love everybody. You love everybody equally. Okay, well, Sasuke is a damn liar. But when it comes to but when it comes to the series, or sorry, this episode, I mean, it's fine. Kind of some moments where it was just random guy on top of girl just out of fucking nowhere. That was kind of weird, but did have a very cool cliffhanger ending, which I'll admit was pretty, like, if you wanted to get people hooked to come back for the second episode, did its job.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was fine. It was, I feel like this was a heavily meme show focused episode, which, if you like meme show, I guess that's cool. If you don't, maybe you wouldn't like it as much, but she's fine.
Yeah,
That's
I like
a character.
I like that. It's just always funny for me to think about her being a 25-year-old idol who's running with other high schoolers.
I know. She's just like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm too old for this shit.
I'm 16.
And inside, she's like, kill me now. Because she's going to get to an age where it's like she's 25,
Yeah.
but then she's going to be like in her late 30s, and you're going to be like, she's not 25, or else she's on drugs. She looks like she's got.
She got a good
What happened?
She got a good skincare routine.
Yeah, no, she does a good job.
So I'm just going right for it. Listen, I gotta sit up for this one.
Oh boy, the podium is yours, good sir.
Kana fans. I'm addressing all Kana fans. All fans of Tsunade, redheads, whatever it may be. Gather here. Come in. Get close to the campfire. I got a story to tell you. Kana, at least as far as this episode went, she's not it. She ain't it. This showing that we got this episode, and listen, when it came to the whole Akane versus Kana thing, Bloods versus Crips, I was on the side of Kana. I'm more of a Kana fan than I am Akane. Now, when it comes to both of the girls in general, both of them, or neither of them, are my favorite. Y'all, everybody should know my favorite if they watched the last Oshinoko podcast, Abiko. But I was more on the side of Kana. But this episode, we found out it's been 6 months. 6 months that Aqua has been dating Akane. And for her to still be this caught up about a man she wasn't dating, by the way, that she just had a crush on, for her to be so down in the dumps, resigned to defeat because he's avoiding her. Come on, man. And I get it.
Satsuki, they played catch with a baseball.
That game of catch really changed her life. I'm finding out that was more important than I thought. I can't believe it. I just, I get it. They're high schoolers. When you're in high school, you may think like your first like losing your first crush or whatever. It may feel like the world to you, but it's been 6 months. It's been 6 months. I would think that I'm dealing with some, more mature characters and whatnot. At least like I thought. But for her to be like this distraught over Aqua, and later in the episode we got Meme-chan basically pressing Aqua about the situation, and I didn't understand why she was pressing him, because to me he did the quote unquote. I mean, even Kana at the very least acknowledged that he was doing the right thing as the boyfriend of Akane, which is not to entertain any, any like shenanigans with another girl. He's like, I'm just going to avoid her. I thought that's the mature thing to do. He knows that she likes him. He isn't going to recruit. He's not going to reciprocate those feelings. Avoid her. That's fine. It is what it is. It's not like they were like super close friends to begin with. And
she never even said that she liked him that way.
Yeah. And even if that was the case, that they were friends, this is kind of the risk that you run when pursuing romantic relationships with people who are your friends. When it doesn't work out, it changes. That's just how it is. Things don't go back to the way they were. But even if it did go back to the way they were, how much different is that from right now? It's not like they were in a relationship. That's what confuses me about this whole thing, is that they weren't a thing, but it's like the weight of the world is crushing Kana, and she's so depressed and whatnot over a boy. Like you said, she didn't even ask out. She kind of like showed, at least to the audience, that she had a crush on him, but that was the extent of it. It didn't seem that deep. Yeah.
I mean, love or hate Akane or Hana or whatever you want to say, Kane. At least Akane had the balls to say, "Hey, you want to go out with me?" So Kana has no one to blame but for herself. Like, to be fair, she did know him first. She did have her chance, but at the same token, you can't be mad at somebody for taking initiative and going for something and wanting to get something over not doing anything. She's depressed and she's mad, and she's distanced herself from her group just so that she can be upset over a boy that she never even had the guts to say that she liked to begin with. I think that's sad. It's almost kind of like Snafu, exactly like Snafu, but maybe not as bad. But Yui, you had your whole season, the whole series, to ask this man out, Hachima, and you go ahead and you wait until he's with somebody, and now you want to play this whole lovey-dovey kissy game? Fuck off.
Oh God. Oh, Snafu still.
It sucks.
Ah!
It reminds me. It reminds me of Game of Thrones. I love Snafu seasons 1 and 2, and then season 3 comes and it hits you like a punch in the nuts. Oh,
It's so
I
crazy
love that
because
series so much.
it's so crazy because Yui isn't my favorite. I do really like her, but oh
Yeah.
god, the way that whole thing unfolded was so pathetic for her. God.
Yeah, they ruined her character in the last season. And then they dragged her fucking name in the mud in the OVA, which is even worse. It's just like if you thought her character was bad in season 3, in the OVA, I don't even know who that character is, but that's not Yui.
I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Right. It was awful. It was pathetic. It was almost like what's her face in Quintessential Quintuplets. Don't I look like her now? Don't you love me now? Yeah. Talk about sad and pathetic. Ugh.
Even the dogs know kinda isn't it. One started barking at her.
Oh my god, that's true. She was crying, and memes like Yoshi Yoshi, like trying to calm her down. The dog's like, "Hey, shut up! Nobody wants to hear you. Talk about it. They took my nuts. I ain't got no balls."
It's just okay. So for me, no, because I don't even want to address the Kana side of it. I want to go more towards the Aqua side of it and meme because she was pressing them, and I didn't agree with it because I thought Aqua did the mature thing, but as they kept talking, like when their conversation concluded, before Aqua decided to go, like he used the grapist alt, and then he just like pushed meme to. I was like, okay, whoop.
That was a bit much. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like,
Look what you did.
I was like, there wasn't really any point in that other than to like just have a scene like that. Because it didn't go in that way, obviously, but it's like why even make it look like that in the first place? But
right.
So I thought it was going in one way, but after they finished that conversation, I went, I've been shitting on Kana, but Akane fans. And I told this to Furs, because Furs was one of the Akane fans. I said, Furs, this don't look good. If you're an Akane fan and you're happy about your girl winning, quote unquote, her being with Aqua, I would be very, very cautious about bragging about it, to Kana fans at least. Because the way Meme was talking about it, and the way Aqua was having a conversation as well, it didn't seem like he wasn't with Kana because he didn't like her. It was like, I'm not with Kana because I'm afraid of what might happen if I was with her. Because he's so traumatized by what happened to his mom, her being an idol, her being in that secret relationship, and then the crazy fan who ended up killing her. It's like he doesn't want that to happen to Kana. So in a way, he's distancing himself so he can protect Kana, which shows a good amount of care and love, just in a more twisted sense. So again, if I was a Akane fan, I know he's been with her for 6 months, but Kana's not out of this race, so to speak. That's the impression I was getting.
All they need is another game of catch, and Kana will just swoop on in. It's game over.
I don't know how this whole thing's gonna unfold, but the way I look at it is that we already talked about last podcast how Aqua and Akane basically got together on a lie. Now, it was because Aqua believes his father is dead, We know that not to be the truth. But not only that, but now it seems like he's with her because it was safe. Being with her isn't going to cause any controversy. It is not going to cause any drama. He knows she likes him. Honestly, too, and I hate to say this, she probably needs Aqua more than Kana needs Aqua. If that makes sense.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I gotcha.
So
She has it rough.
yeah. So I feel like they're just going in this direction where they're like they're leaving the door open for Kana. Because it would seem like, okay, they're together for 6 months. He's with her. They like each other. Everything is going good in the relationship. It would seem like it's all good. But I feel like that door has been creaked for Kana to peek in. And at some point, she's going to burst the door wide open. With what? I don't know. But I think it's going to be getting down to the roots of Aqua's trauma. Because it just feels like he's not with Kana, or he didn't pursue that because he's afraid.
Yeah. Afraid of her to get hurt and doesn't want to relive that same trauma again. I can see that. I could see that. The sister. Oh, I'm sorry. Catch his heart.
Omega Ruby.
Oh. But yes, Ruby. She's now got the black sparkle eyes that her brother once had. Before this previous season, they went away because a weight has been lifted off his shoulder. But now she carries the burden. And now we see the fucking dad killer.
Yeah, that's why I call her Omega Ruby. She's not normal Ruby anymore. And honestly, I don't like it. I already expressed it last time we talked about it. I just feel like,
What's she gonna do? Gonna walk up to him and go, "You're mean."
here's the thing. Unless they explain this as a literal supernatural thing, which it could be based on the fucking the god of entertainment lolly that we had last season. Unless they explain it as a supernatural thing, it's just so jarring to see Ruby be like this super calculated mastermind now. Because, okay, like with Aqua, it made a little more sense because he had the memories of being like a 40-year-old man. So at the very least, like it's not just the motivation for revenge that made him be able to do the things that he was doing. It was also because he just had a lot of life experience and wisdom paired with his want for revenge. But for Ruby, it's just like, you were a sickly girl in the hospital the entire time. Then you lived a life where you were this bubbly girl the entire time. And now you want me to believe that now that because you had like the motivation of revenge, now all of a sudden you're like, yes, this is what I must do. Aqua, you will do this commercial with me to boost the ratings. It's like,
now I'm L.
yeah. What? I can't buy Ruby being in this role. Every time they try to show how, you know, cold and calculated she is now, I'm like, no, that made sense with Aqua because he was a 40-year-old man. Like he's basically like a 60-year-old man now with all his life experience. It doesn't make sense with Ruby because even with all her life experience, she's like what, 20 something, like 28, something like that. I'm like, no,
She's still young. Yeah.
It just doesn't work for me.
Storm says also Beam is officially a criminal for going around with a biter at night.
That is
Jesus
true.
Christ.
That is true because Aqua's like what, 17, and she's probably like 26 at this point.
Yeah. But I guess they had to even it out when he decided to climb on top of her. There, now that it evens it out. he gets rapey, but when it comes to Bib, she did a bad. Oh my god!
Even the thing that he said, he was like, "You brought a red-blooded male to your home." I'm like, "What? Why are y'all doing this?"
Are you doing this? Please stop. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah. So at the end of the episode, she's meeting up with Saito, which we haven't seen this guy since like the first episode.
Mhm.
Like he looks completely. I didn't even know who that was. I was like, because they say the name, I was like, who the fuck is Saito? And I looked it up, and I was like, this guy? I was like, I thought he was dead or something.
I mean, he looks like he could die.
Yeah, but
he's definitely seen a lot better in life. He's just like, my life.
yeah, because it was always confusing to me because he's married to Miyako, but although we see her a lot, we never ever see him. I was like, I guess it makes sense because he wanted to get away from the entertainment industry, but legit, we haven't seen him for like literal years. But Ruby wants
in a
that
hot minute.
Yeah, Omega Ruby wants to have a conversation with them for some reason. Probably to
I
look
love
up
her
some
new name, Omega Ruby.
Omega Ruby, yeah. But she probably try to find some connections so she can get closer to her dad, whatever it may be. I don't know.
It's gonna be weird for sure. I'm curious to see where they're going to go this series or this season. I think this season's going to be 11 episodes. They always have those odd numbered episodes with this series. It's like always 11 episodes or something like that.
Yeah. Was that about everything?
I think so. Like I said, everything else was just about the business, and Omega Ruby says that she's related to Aqua and that they're twins, and hey, we could use that to sell. That's kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and then there's other high schoolers in that acting school or whatever that are like fawning over Aqua. That's kind of the extent of what happened.
Yeah, I think what she's trying to do is she's trying to find some way to bait out her dad. Maybe like make their names big enough so that they'll have enough cachet to like really talk to the big wigs so they can get some information about him. Because I mean, that's basically what Aqua was kind of doing. He was kind of just like sticking around doing the actor thing, even though he didn't care about it, to try to get closer. But it seems like Ruby's like really going for it because B Komachi is taking off, and Aqua's doing his own thing. He's doing like a multitude of different things, not just acting.
Yeah. The group is like this when they're together, but then when they're like behind the scenes, they're like, all right, see you later.
Let's go. Yeah, because it seems like Meme is like really, she's trying to like keep the group together. Like, 'cause, I mean, she talked to Aqua on the behalf of Kana, so it seems like she cares about everybody. But Ruby and Kana, it's not really a thing, if it ever was.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they were ever buds. I mean, they're in the business together, but I don't think that they're like buddies where they're like texting after work going, hey buddy, what you doing? Oh, just watching the big game. No, they it's all business, strictly business for them.
Yeah. And that's had to have worn them out after 6 months. So yeah,
for sure. And to get that popular so quick.
Yeah. Because even the fans have noticed differences with them, which is kind of weird. Because they were like, Ruby has lost her innocence. I'm like, what the fuck?
Were you sicko? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was funny if the other guy was like, "Wait, okay, no, I know I'm a super fan, but what the fuck does that mean?" Stop the whole conversation.
Could you? Yeah. They're watching this whole thing unfold. What did you just say? Lost her innocent. Are you trying to insinuate something?
Yeah, it's even creepier because these are grown men talking about high schoolers. So it's like,
I guess that doesn't stray too far from how real men would act. I guess I don't know. Not saying real men talk like that, but what I'm saying is like people probably talk like that now. Like I mean,
Yeah.
look at anime. You know, oh, she's so cute. You understand she's a high schooler, right? I mean, age is just a number. What?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna give a shout out to Meme. Although I didn't agree with her, I did think she was being a good friend, trying to get down to the bottom of why Aqua was avoiding her because she saw how it was affecting her. You know, she may be a poser, but she's good people.
She's a poser because of her age.
Yeah, and a criminal, as Crepper Storm pointed out.
Oh yeah, true. Just a full on criminal. She does every well. That's her thing. She's a social media tech guru type person. So she controls the media and the videos and everything. And you saw she literally just works from sun up to sundown doing the whole media stuff, and she does a good job of it. They had like 350,000 subscribers on YouTube. Good, and they do collaborations with other big names. Good for them.
Yeah. We may call her Meme Chan, but she's not a meme. She's an actual hard worker.
Yeah. Now, if only she stopped being a criminal, we would like her even more.
But that
is in love with how heartless Aqua is. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I love how stoic he is.
I like how if he just wore black hair, I'd be like so into him. He is just so mysterious.
Yeah.
Get out of here, lady.
But that about does it for the rest of our shows. That was a good episode of Oshi no Ko. It's just, hey, Kana fandom, y'all got to stand up because that wasn't a good showing from your girl. I expect better.
All right, let's see where Kana's going. Kana, are you here? Oh, yeah. Sorry. She's crying in the corner, wondering why Aqua doesn't like her. So
she better get over it. You better lock in, especially after 6 months. If it was like in a immediate aftermath, I would give her a lot more leeway. But 6 months you've been moping like this? No.
This woman could get anyone she wants. And she's fixated on the emo kid.
And I like how Meme said, you can't lead a girl on. I'm like, how did he lead her on?
How did he lead?
By going out to get steak with her that one time?
Right, and playing catch. I always go back to playing catch because that's what they did. They played catch. They did a commercial together when they were fucking newborns. And, just all that shit happened. And all of a sudden she's like, I'm in love with him. Please. How did he lead her on?
Yeah. We're Rent a Girlfriend season 5. Wait till April.
I want to say it's coming in April there, Lightning Eagle. That's all you need to know.
Now, will we be covering it?
Hell no.
Just keep watching the podcast and maybe we'll change our minds.
Oh, right. Maybe we'll change our minds if we're influenced enough. Glug glug.
But we got no viewer questions, so
people don't like asking us questions.
Yeah, they must be intimidated by us. I don't know why.
I guess.
Are you afraid of me? Am I Lukiora?
I know you're not afraid of me. I am the most unintimidating person in the world. But yeah, drop us a question down there in the description. Submit your questions. Click on the Google Doc form and ask us anything. Even what our Pornhub tab is. We don't care. We'll let you know. Right, Satsuki? That's
within
a yes.
reason.
So
Within
please
reason. Within reason.
Okay, true. Let's not get super weird with these questions, but also wanted to point out really quick because I did just refresh the stream, and we gained like 4 subscribers from that. So we're at 607 subscribers. So thank you so much for joining in on subscribing to the podcast because it really means a lot. Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we hope to make that come true this year. So thank you. Every subscription helps. Give us the like, give us the shares, do everything in your power to make this thing watchable for everyone else.
Everything. Picket signs, march, megaphones in everybody's window. Do what you need to do. Just make sure we make it big.
That's right. We'll even like get on television and start saying that we're twins of some people. That way it garners attention to us or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But that about does it. Appreciate everybody who joined us tonight and anybody who's watching the VOD. Remember, you can ask us any questions. Just look in the description for the Google Doc. Or and I think we actually have to like have the thing started to ask questions for the live chat. That's something that we'll do next podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll do that next podcast.
Yeah, so then you'll be able to ask questions live. But yes, appreciate you guys. Everybody have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Peace and love from the KOA podcast.